This is 100% free for now, and this facility will be available only for a limited time as we are testing user experience. I spent less than 20 minutes to generate this toy store business plan I exported in document format, which can be used on Google Docs or Microsoft Word. Choose from 100 cover pages which can be used with a Canva free account. You can add cover page, graphs and charts, pictures, or anything you want. It comes with all the necessary sections that are usually needed in a business plan, along with key financial statements such as income statement, cash flow statement, and balance sheet. You don't have to learn anything like how to create an income statement. The business plan generator will just take inputs such as price, name of product, cost items to generate the financials. Also, you get AI suggestions for revenue, cost, and other items, saving a ton of time. The business plan is generated once you click on Generate Business Plan. Just stick with me for 20 minutes, and I will guide you through each process in a step-by-step manner. You don't have to deal with Excel sheets or back and forth copy-pasting, or bother about not balancing the balance sheet. The business plan generator is connected to Perplexity to gather accurate data and latest AI models to write a professional business plan. First, you need to sign up, which is 100% free. Write your name, then email address, and add a password. A confirmation mail will be sent. Open your inbox and confirm your email. Then sign into your account. Once you get into your dashboard, then click on Create New Plan and start with Step 1. You need to enter basic information about your business. For this example, I am creating a toy store business plan. Once you are done, then click on Next Step. Then we move on to Step 2, which is the promotional budget section. The reason we are working on this section first is that it is directly related to revenue generation. Let me explain. Firstly, I am going to discuss about customers acquired through promotions. For this example, let's say that the customer has a promotional budget of $50,000 and he wants to spend the entire amount on Google Ads. Now, if the customer acquisition cost, or CAC, or the cost to acquire one customer is $500, then he will get 500 customers. Now, if your average revenue is $100, then you will generate $50,000 of revenue from customers acquired using paid promotions. On the other hand, organic customers are a bit more simple. Let's say you get 150 friends and family members to use your product. If the average revenue is $100, then the total revenue is $15,000 from organic customers. If you are still confused about this, then don't worry. The calculations are taken care by the business plan generator. You just have to feed in your assumed promotional budget. Put your cursor on the promotional channel fields and the AI will suggest channels based on your type of business, which you entered in Step 1. Add the budget allocation across channels, and add the assumed customer acquisition cost, or CAC, for each channel. Then add any organic customers or friends and family you convinced to use the product. Finally, get the results. Get a detailed summary of how much you are spending on each channel, how many customers you are acquiring, etc. Number of customers will be used later to find the potential revenue of your business. Now I will move to the next step, and all the data will be saved. Then I will have to deal with churn rate, or the rate at which customers are lost. So, let me explain churn rate. Let's say that you acquire 100 customers during the first year, but you lost 10 customers by the end of the year. So during the second year, you will have 90 customers, and therefore your churn rate is 10%. On top of that, you will acquire 110 new customers during second year. So by the second year, you will have 110 plus 90 equals 200 customers. And in second year, you will again lose some customers. This will keep on going till your final year. You can easily keep track of this using the business plan generator. Just enter the assumed churn rate and everything will be calculated automatically. Now, let's move on to the next section. In this section, we have to deal with revenue sources, variable costs, and fixed costs. So when you put your cursor in the revenue source field, then the AI will make suggestions on potential revenue sources. You can also enter your own revenue source and avoid AI suggestions. Then you will have to enter some assumptions like what percentage of the revenue will be generated from this product, price, and purchase frequency. Each of the revenue source has a number of variable costs, and it will also be suggested by AI. Then we move on to fixed costs. Fill up the section and enter assumed figures. Finally, we add tax rate and we are done. Then check the chart below, which indicates how long it can take your business to reach profitability. Also, get our overall summary in the table below. This will provide you a very good idea of your break. Even point answer questions like, will your business reach profitability? And how long will it take to reach profitability? Overall, provide a clear summary of your revenue and costs. Now we move on to the next step. In this step, we have to deal with investment and capital expenditure. So investment is self-explanatory. It's the amount of equity or debt you put into the business. The investment usually depends on your revenue targets. For this example, we are selling toys. So if you want to generate more revenue, then you have to invest on more stores or bigger stores. On the other hand, CapEx or capital expenditure involves the items you are investing on. For this example, let's say we invest $350,000 during the first year. And out of this, 10% is debt with 5% interest rate and 5 years of payback period. All the calculations are done automatically, and you can check the summary in this table. Then we fill up the investment items which are AI generated, or you can just enter your own investment items are mostly fixed assets. So they usually have a lifespan when you have entered all the info. Then you will get a detailed summary. Now, we move on to the next step. In this step, we deal with the personnel to recruit and assumed salaries. It does not take much time as positions are suggested by AI. Then we move on to the last step, and this step is about cash flow assumptions. It deals with inventory, receivables, and payables. You have to assume how many months of inventory to keep, how many months it takes to pay back your suppliers, and how many months it takes to get money from your customers. Since this is a retail toy store, so customers will pay instantly and receivables should be 0 months. Then, let's assume inventory of 1.5 months, and let's assume payables of 1 month. Now is the big revelation. We finally get to see our income statement, cash flow statement and balance sheet. And finally, the business plan is ready to be generated. The balance sheet is automatically balanced, and all the financial statements follow proper accounting standards. You can now generate the business plan and export in PDF or Word document format. Now let's click on Generate Business Plan and see the magic. This is the final product. You get a complete business plan with all the necessary sections. If you wish to add more graphs and charts or edit the content or add pictures or any other elements, then just export in document format. Now I will show you how to add a cover page and table of contents to the business plan. So first, I will click on the summary page. Then I will click on the cover page button. There are more than 100 cover pages to choose from, and you can use a free Canva account for this. For this example, as we are working on a toy store business plan. So, I am going to download a toy-related image and put it in the cover page of my choice. Then download the cover page and put it in the document. Now before we put the cover page in the document, let's add the table of contents. Now pay attention and watch carefully how I set up the cover page at the top of the document. Now I will just review the document and make sure everything looks nice and tidy. All the headings are automatically formatted when you exported the document. For examples, H2 and H3, which are needed for correct formatting of table of contents. Now I will add page numbers into the document. And finally, we are done with everything. Now I will export the whole document in PDF. As you can see, we have a comprehensive 30 to 35 page business plan completed in less than 20 minutes, which would have taken days or weeks.